Good morning. It's time to wake up Western Slope, your community connection.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Wake Up Extra. I'm Justin.
I'm Dalen.
And we have a very special guest today, Landon Miracle. The name sounds like, Dalen was saying a superhero. I said it sounds like a Christian rock star.
Okay.
What do you get the most?
I usually it's a miracle. That classic thing. And
Have you ever entered a room and then someone's like, it's a miracle?
yes, many times.
I guess it'd be a miracle if they didn't.
Well, now I'm
acknowledge your
kicking
name.
That's true.
myself
That's
for
a good
not
statement.
having done that when you came in.
Well, thank you for not doing it. Actually, I appreciate it.
My name is Justin Brown, and I always joke, half jokingly, that it sounds like a witness protection program name. And I'm in a town that I could picture someone being in the witness protection program.
Fair enough.
But if I had a name like Landon Miracle, I would just shake everybody's hand and say, I'm Landon Miracle. Thank you for being here today. The reason that you're here is for a really awesome initiative. And I want to tell everybody, look, Thanksgiving, it's not just a date, it's a chance to really show up for our neighbors. And this year, one local effort is making sure that no one in the Grand Valley has to eat alone. Canyon View Vineyard Church and 5 other local churches are teaming up to deliver 1,500, that's right, 1,500 Thanksgiving meals, and they're calling on you to help. Plus, they're also launching Be Well, a new Jesus-centered approach to mental health that's already offering hundreds of free therapy sessions here in the community. So joining us now to talk about both is Landon Miracle. Landon, tell us about this Thanksgiving Together initiative. It's a meal delivery. What inspired this outreach, and why does it feel especially urgent this year?
Yeah, as everybody knows, this has been a very difficult year financially. With people who, the changes to SNAP, that was very recent, and that hit really close to home. And so we wanted to ensure that we were able to really connect and give people food so that way they wouldn't have to go hungry. What is Thanksgiving known for? Food, right? And so we wanted to make sure that we were able to make sure that no one goes hungry. Can I shout out to the churches that are helping?
Yeah,
Is that okay?
please.
All right, so we have several. If I miss one, forgive me, but we have Fellowship Church, we have Downtown Vineyard, we have Victory Life Church, we have Living Water, and also Life Community partnering with us to
That's
provide food.
incredible. That's incredible that you're all working together and you're not making it about, your recognition for your organization in particular. It's the mission is what matters in this.
Exactly, right? The church is meant to be unified as oneness, as Jesus talks about in the Bible, and we really wanted to come together and show that we're actually on the same team and we actually really care about our community together.
I'm really curious as well here. Like Santa delivering all these presents in one night. We don't have a magical sleigh here. 1,500 meals in one night. I mean, that's a lot. Logistically, how do you plan on making that work?
Yeah, so it's something we've been doing for many years, actually, over a decade. And so what we have it streamlined really well, ensure that we have good processes in place, and we also have lots of great volunteers. We rely heavily on volunteers who have either provided the food or also putting the meals together and driving them to the homes that need to be delivered to.
Well, let's talk about the volunteers because there's still some room for people to step up and volunteer if they would like. What do you need most right now from a volunteer?
Yeah, so right now, the thing we need the most is delivery drivers.
Okay.
So, as you mentioned, Santa's sleigh, right? We need a lot of people to make this happen. So, 4:30 p.m. at Canyon View Vineyard Church, we'd love to have people show up so we can deliver those meals.
We have some information about this that we can put up on the screen for everybody watching at home. How can they contact you if they want to, if people are feel compelled to help?
Yeah,
Do they just show up, or is it better to call or send an email?
So there's a sign up on the website, but also if they called our main church office, we would be able to get them connected, give more information. If they had any questions, we'd be able to answer them. And of course, if they show up at 4:30, we'd be happy to have them there as well.
Well, that's incredible. Let's pivot now to this mental health initiative that you have launched. It's called Be Well. It's aimed at helping mental health in a Jesus-centered but clinically grounded way. What does it look like in practice?
Yeah, so Be Well is something we're really excited about. We were wondering, how do we combine something that we believe strongly in, right, in our faith, and then also what are the best clinical interventions that actually fit alongside that are proven to be effective with people, and how do we incorporate those and actually make those available to people? And we've had a lot of great success so far. We've provided over 500 sessions, and
Wow.
clinically proven sessions.
I mean, think about that. That's on the Western Slope here in the Grand Valley. Like, this isn't in like Los Angeles or New York. That's a lot of help.
It is, and it's taken a lot of people to make that happen. People are excited to be a part of something where they actually get to join a mission that they believe in, and that they're actually able to make a difference. And so we can hoping to continue to even expand beyond that and offer even more services. And what's cool about this as well is it's been of no charge to people. They've been able to receive these services absolutely free to them.
Wow.
Well, what kind of services are offered through Be Well?
Yeah, so we have licensed therapists, we have our Be Well coaches, then we also have different groups and some of our other faith-specific services.
And again, this is open to people whether they're involved with the church or not, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, we have the information up there that you can see. Over 500 free sessions you've already given. I think this is absolutely incredible. The website right there, if you want to help out, how can people help out with this initiative?
Yeah, so if people have their clinical skills and they are interested in partnering with us and getting connected, we'd be happy to have that, as well as we would love to have a match donation. A generous donor had offered $400,000 matching,
wow.
and
That's
so
amazing.
that can help a lot of people, and so we're hoping that people can partner through giving, so that way we can actually expand those services way beyond what we're currently doing.
I have to say, we've had some people on this show who are involved with nonprofits, and I am really genuinely impressed at how charitable people in this community are. I think it's absolutely incredible. I love what you're doing, and I love that people are actually donating. It's even if people can only donate $1 or $5, but the fact that people are actually stepping up and donating large sums here on the Western Slope, I think that's incredible.
Especially for this time of year, I think it really shows who we as a community are. Now, Mr. Miracle, I am I'm very curious. $400,000. I mean, that's not a small amount of money. What kind of things will that allow you to do moving forward?
Yeah, they can do a lot of things, right? So
Yeah.
that can also allow us to increase our training capacity, build the infrastructure, as well as partner with other clinicians to ensure that we can provide high-level services that are in need. Mental health is not a new thing, and we know that it's hit our community very hard, and we care about our community, and that's one way that we want to serve.
100%.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing all of this. So when you're not giving back to the community, what are you doing on a holiday like Thanksgiving? How are you celebrating? How are you showing your thanks?
Yeah, so I'm grateful that I get to live in a community where my family actually lives. So we get
Oh,
to spend
great.
time doing the Thanksgiving meal.
Oh, nice.
And turkey trot's usually been a staple of our
You've
family.
you've done the
Man.
turkey trot?
Yeah, the turkey trot's a lot of
Dalen's
fun.
like, I don't know about that.
No, man.
So wait, when people do the turkey trots here, is that before they eat?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. But then you work up the
Gets you
appetite.
nice and hungry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to make
gets you nice
room
and
for
hungry.
the extra
So are you
food.
doing the turkey trot?
Not
Well, no,
this
you're
year.
going to be volunteering, right?
Yeah, so Wednesday we'll have everything done,
Okay.
delivered, but I'll probably be pretty tired this
Yeah,
Thursday, so I'll
delivering
probably take a
1,500
rest.
meals for sure. Well, a lot of people, it's okay too to just sit on the couch and watch like the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade,
Right.
Which is very popular. And there's actually brand new floats that are being unveiled, and we have an inside sneak peek at some of the brand new floats that you can expect at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Let's take a look at that.
Well, if you've ever wondered what it's like to build a Macy's Thanksgiving Day float, we are finding out. It is like Santa's workshop in here right now. And all of the elves, aka the crews, are putting finishing touches on 7 brand new floats. Okay, so the new float lineup includes, this is Bricktastic Winter Mountain. Lego, of course, always a crowd favorite. It's a giant winter scene that looks like it's built entirely out of Lego bricks, and you actually can build this one at home. Okay, now come with me. This one is kind of scary. This is Upside Down Invasion. Of course, Stranger Things by Netflix, arguably one of the most popular shows brought to life with eerie creatures like this Demogorgon. And you know those viral collectible characters, of course, Labubu dolls? Well, this is them, except they're 800 times the size. This one is called Friendsgiving in Pop City, creating this colorful cartoon city. And every year, the Parade Studio basically becomes the North Pole for grown-ups. We've got carpenters, engineers, painters, sculptors, animators, all working side by side for months.
We are basically in Santa's workshop right now. So we're at the Macy's Parade Studio. We're getting ready for the 99th Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which lets you know that the 100th is soon on the way. And we have 6.1 new floats coming this year.
And check out this one. Goldfish, like the Crackers, is having fun with their littlest mini float, their smallest idea ever. This float and all of these other brand new ones will be driving through Midtown Manhattan next Thursday. That's the latest from New Jersey. Natalie Duddridge, CBS News, New York.
All right, that puts me in the Thanksgiving mood for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, anyone have any favorite Thanksgiving memories or what they look forward to the most when this time of year comes?
You know what? I think back to my mom actually used to go pretty hard for Thanksgiving, which was interesting because she was not very into Christmas when I was a kid, but Thanksgiving was her thing. And she would always have a veggie tray specifically for me and my sister so that we would leave the rest of the Thanksgiving food alone while she was preparing. And so we would just we would walk around with black olives on our fingers like little monsters and just eat them off of our fingers. And that would keep
with
us
black
busy
olives? That's funny.
for hours. And that was like our Thanksgiving tradition for a very long time.
You know, food brings people together. I think my favorite Thanksgiving memory was on Thanksgiving. My family, when we would go to my grandmother's and we would play charades.
Oh.
And with my personality and my family's personality, the charades would get a little crazy. And I have one. Oh my God. I have one memory of, I was probably about 14 years old. My grandmother was playing, and picture like an older woman with white hair. She was probably like 70-ish at that point. She was in her 70s. She was a woman in childbirth on the living room floor.
Wow.
And it looked ridiculous, like in charades. And I laughed so hard that I peed my pants.
Oh my goodness.
And then we stopped playing. So
What a way
I
to go out,
spoiled
right?
my underwear and I spoiled the game.
Wow.
But that's probably that's my favorite
What
Thanksgiving
about
memory.
you, Landon?
One thing that comes to mind was actually some friends of ours, adult friends of ours. So we tried to make a turducken, and we didn't watch a single video, and so we just did what we thought you were
what?
supposed to do. A turducken, where
What's
Turkey
that?
duck chicken.
Oh,
and you're supposed to cook it and stuff it, but it was a mess. We didn't know what we were doing, and we basically didn't have turkey that Thanksgiving, but we laughed really hard at the efforts at that. So it was a lot of fun.
phenomenal.
as long as you didn't pee your pants from laughing too hard, then it was a win.
Yeah. Do you still
All
wear
right.
olives on your hands?
No, unfortunately, as my wife has pointed out, I have stubby fingers, so the olives don't fit anymore.
But you could get the drink olives for the bar.
Oh well, now we're just getting crazy.
Now we're getting crazy. And before you ask, no, I don't pee my pants from laughing anymore.
fair enough.
I haven't done that since I was like, I don't know, like 25.
Exactly. Hey.
All right. Well, Landon, thank you so much for being here. It was a real treat.
Thanks for
thank you
having
for
me.
letting us know what is going on in the community. We love that. And again, let's put the information up on the screen one more time if we can for the Thanksgiving Together. Volunteers are still needed. You can go to, what is the website?
You can go to Canyon View Vineyard Church, or it's on any of the other churches that I mentioned
Oh,
website.
awesome. And yeah, and you can also just show up, and that is the information for the Be Well Mental Health Initiative. Landon, Miracle, thank you for being here.
All right, folks, let's talk about your weather for a little bit for this week because we've got some beautiful conditions getting ready for Thanksgiving. A lot of people, though, in the United States are going to be experiencing a cold front. However, we're very lucky. The Rocky Mountains are actually blocking a lot of that from heading over into really most of Colorado, but especially the western slope. Now, while we will be seeing some areas, I mean, for example, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, they're getting that cold temperature all the way down into that area. But the Centennial State as a whole kind of staying nice and dry. Thanksgiving itself going to be the 5th dry Thanksgiving for the western slope in a row. I mean, getting incredibly lucky. And so for the day itself, I mean, we're seeing some lovely conditions. 50 degrees by noon. and then slowly starting to cool down from there, but not expecting a whole lot of wind. So, hey, if you're planning on bringing some of that weird gelatinous cake pudding stuff, I think people call it pudding, it's not going to blow away in the wind, although arguably maybe it should. But it's shaping up to be a lovely Thanksgiving ahead this week. Not seeing any travel impacts for Colorado either on Thanksgiving Day. As far as weather goes, of course, we can't control traffic on Thanksgiving. You are traffic. But Thanksgiving itself, weather-wise, we're seeing some lovely conditions. As we head, though, into the weekend, we're expecting to see our first bit of snowfall for the season. And so the later you come home that weekend, the more likely it is that you might run into a little bit of that snow. And so temperatures shaping up to be great. Low 50s expected for the entirety of the week. And then we might be getting into the 30s for next week. So next time you're waking up extra, we may be seeing some very chilly temperatures indeed. But the big story here is that snowfall. This week marks well over 250 days since Grand Junction has seen a major snowfall event. So seeing something like this is definitely going to be a lovely time, to be sure, for the Western Slope, and I, for one, could not be more excited. But that's a look at this week's weather.
All right, let's talk about Tina Peters. There's a lot of pressure right now on Colorado Governor Jared Polis from the Trump administration to put her in federal custody. A lot of people say they do not want that to happen. Now, the Trump administration sent a letter to Colorado's Department of Corrections earlier this month requesting that Peters be transferred to federal custody, a move that could lead to her release. Remember, Trump cannot pardon Tina Peters unless she is in federal custody. Polis previously said he would not release Peters, but now he appears to be wavering because the state corrections department told the Denver Post that the federal request is now under review. One of our favorite reporters here in Colorado, Gabrielle Franklin, brings us the latest on the story.
I think this is really a conversation that is being held at the governor's office. And the governor has in the past been a staunch supporter of Colorado's election law and of election officials. And so we're really hoping that, he continues to do that.
The pressure is on for Governor Jared Polis. Sunday morning, the president took to Truth Social yet again to post about Tina Peters. This time he posted "Free Tina Peters," who sits in a Colorado prison, dying and old for attempting to expose voter fraud and the rigged 2020 presidential election. The president originally posted something similar last week, and the pushback has been coming ever since.
Whether that's a formal request or posting on social media or shouting from a street corner, it is never okay for the president to think that he is above the law or that anybody who broke the law and compromised her own elections and really eroded public trust really just shouldn't be acceptable.
Jefferson County Clerk Amanda Gonzalez and clerks from all 64 counties across the state sent the governor a letter last week, saying in part, "We ask that you decline any request to transfer Ms. Peters to federal custody. Colorado's judicial process should be respected, and the sentence imposed by a Colorado court should be carried out under Colorado's authority. Send a message to all Coloradans, to the nation, and to every public servant watching that this state does not abandon those who do what is right." Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser and Mesa County District Attorney Dan Rubenstein also put out a joint letter last week asking the governor to reject the formal request from the Federal Bureau of Prisons, saying in part, "Shifting her custody to the federal government is an attempt to bypass our judicial system, all to offer a politically connected inmate the comforts of an easier sentence." Colorado Secretary of State also weighing in.
Trump cannot pardon Peters, and so he is trying to bully and retaliate against the state. That's what he does.
All right. The Trump administration not giving up on their efforts to release Tina Peters. Dalen, you sat down with Tina Peters in person, right? Was that in person?
It was over Zoom. We tried to get it in person, but it just didn't work out.
But you had a conversation with Tina Peters. Okay, what I want... I have so many questions after... Tina Peters obviously believes that she should be out. What do you think the response would be as someone who had an up-close seat to all of that chaos? What do you think the reaction would be if she does get released?
I think a lot of people, especially who sat in that courtroom, I almost feel like they would just expect it. Like, I think they're shocked that it hasn't happened. Even though,
what makes you say that?
Well, I think, when it comes to some of the things that the president says, it very much so is like, if I say it enough, people believe it to be true. And so, I sat in that courtroom and filmed that whole session. And so, like, you sit there and you see all the facts and you would think, oh, this is a done deal. But when you have people like President Trump posting about, free Tina Peters and just saying that everything doesn't matter, I think a lot of people kind of just forget the specifics of the court case. And they're like, yeah, free her. The president says so. And it's kind of wild to think back on being in that courtroom and kind of seeing it play out in real time.
Obviously, everybody in jail would want to get out. But when you spoke with her, what was her tone? Was there any kind of like understanding of what she did wrong? Or was she like flat out, I did nothing wrong, I'm innocent? What was her demeanor like?
Her demeanor was very much like, we're going to fight this, even though it seemed like it was already over and done with. Like she seemed like a glimmer of hope.
What was her argument? Was her argument that she did nothing wrong, or that the sentence was too harsh, or both? Like what?
It was a combination of both. It was mainly that I shouldn't, like, this is entitlement essentially. Yeah.
Well, this will be interesting to see what happens, and of course we'll be following this case very closely. It doesn't seem like it's something that's going to be wrapping up very soon. Although who knows what Governor Polis does. Look, if this happens over the holidays, sometimes these decisions get made during the holidays so that because a lot of people will be upset with Governor Polis. I don't know what would be in it for him politically if he were to do this. I don't know why he's considering this, and maybe he just wants to get it out of the way to say, I considered it and it's not happening. So we're going to be following this closely, and we'll be keeping you up to date with whatever develops. But yeah, that's that. That's another edition of Wake Up Extra. I think this was a good show.
I would agree. I mean, what an amazing time. And of course, Thanksgiving right around the corner. Hopefully everyone out there has a very safe and happy Thanksgiving and holiday season coming up here.
Absolutely. We're thankful for all of you.
See you next time.